Hi, welcome back to Storyline. In this video we will summarize one of the films entitled A New Rich People, release on 2019. Prepare your snack, set a comfortable position, and let's get into the storyline of the film. The film opens by showing a woman named Tika. She is a student majoring in architecture at a university. Tika is a girl from a simple family. Because of her poor family circumstances, he was often bullied by her friends. Then there is Dika, Tika's second brother, who is a student majoring in theater. Dika dreams of one day becoming a professional producer. Then the last one is Dottie, Tika's youngest brother, who is still in elementary school. Even though their family is lacking, these three children always live their days cheerfully. In fact, to get free food, they attended the wedding of an unknown person, until finally they had to be expelled because they were caught by the bride and groom. Until one day their father suddenly died, which of course left a very deep sadness for the simple family. Inevitably they have to adapt without a father figure anymore. Even Tika and Duda express their desire to stop studying and choose to work. However, mother highly respects the father's desire to send his children to the sky. The next day, suddenly a lawyer and his assistant came, aiming to provide a video that was made by the father. In the video, the father reveals how much he loves his family, and he also says that he is the son of one of the richest families in Indonesia, who has a very big inheritance. 21 years, father chooses to live a simple life in order for his children and wife to become simple and independent figures. But after his departure, the father plans to give all of his inheritance to his children and wife so that they can feel like they are rich people. At first they didn't believe it, but when they went to the bank to withdraw the money, they actually got 500 million rupiah, and not only that, they could withdraw the money again after the money ran out. After returning from the bank, they went straight to one of the fancy restaurants and rented a VIP room. But unfortunately the VIP room is for 5 people, while they are only 4 people. Then they decided to invite one of the fruit ice traders selling in front of the restaurant to eat with them. After eating, they continued to go to the mall to buy luxury goods. The next day, Dottie suddenly became the center of attention at his school because of his very different appearance. Tika and Bayu are now also getting closer, because Tika has so much money. When Bayu's motorbike breaks down, Tika even idly buys Bayu a motorbike for 19 million rupiah. But when they got home, Bayu returned the motorbike and told Tika that he couldn't take it for granted, because to get the previous motorbike, he had to work very hard, and he really appreciated his hard struggle. Because their money is always used for extravagance, the money of 500 million rupiahs, and even then runs out in a few days. After that they went back to watching the video of their father, who said that in soon they would receive 15 billion rupiah. After withdrawing the money, their lives became increasingly disorganized and were always spent on spree. Starting from buying a house worth 8 billion.
Berapa harganya? Kita buka di angka 8 miliar, Pak. Okay.
Buying expensive furniture. Even the security guard at the furniture shop was also bought by them. Not only that, they also bought 3 cars at once, even though neither of them could drive a car. On the other hand, Tika's friends who used to bully her are now gradually approaching Tika. Tika's relationship with her old friends is also increasingly tenuous because now she hangs out more with her rich friends. This greatly affects the quality of the physics Olympiad preparation they will take part in. Their relationship with Bayu is also increasingly strained due to past events, when Tika humiliates Bayu by buying him a motorbike. Even though he apologized for his actions, Bayu graciously forgave. On the other hand, Duda's theater performances are getting closer, but now that Duda has a lot of money, he also underestimates the actor's fees, as if the money will never run out. Likewise with mother, who always squanders money on buskers in large amounts. Because of that, my mother also got into TV shows because of her activities of wasting money on viral buskers on social media. Well, since getting the inheritance, now mother has become more greedy, Tika has become a drunkard, and Duda always relies on the inheritance money to launch his theatrical performances. Until one day the lawyer came for the umpteenth time to show father videotape. There, father said that his inheritance had run out. Duda, who heard this, was very confused because he needed a lot of money for his theatrical performance. And for the first time in a few days they were all confused because they didn't have money. Whereas in the past, having no money had become a normal thing for them. Tika's best friend, consisting of rich people, started to stay away from her again, as well as Duda's friend, who was starting to get disappointed with him. The only one who felt the change in the family was Dottie, where now no one can accompany him even for dinner. One time, when Tika was in a discotheque, she overheard someone saying, even though Tika is a smart kid, why is she in a discotheque? From there arose Tika's desire to change her habits and return to the Olympics seriously. She also begged her old friend she had left to give her another chance. From here everything looks normal again. Tika started participating in the Olympics, mother distributed basic necessities to the poor, and from nowhere, Duda managed to get funds for his theatrical performance. However, everything turned out not to be as expected, Mother found people jostling and pushing each other until some of them were injured. Tika, who was caught because her friends used drugs, and Duda, who apparently got funds from people's representatives who were campaigning. As a result, the show, which was supposed to run very well, was ruined. Everything did not go according to plan and fell apart, but fortunately Tika's test result was negative during a urine test. Circumstances seemed not enough to make them miserable. One night, the lawyer came with someone who was the father's younger brother whom they would never have known before. He wanted to take all the property left by the deceased. They also have no other choice but to hand over all their property to the man. But from that bad experience, they begin to realize that possessions are only temporary and an extravagant lifestyle will destroy everything. Now they believe that money and fame do not guarantee a person's happiness. Long story short, they returned to their previous home and lived a simple life like before. Tika and Bayu will soon get married and Duda himself has started to accept his current situation. But before the film closes, they suddenly have another lawyer who shows the last video of the father expressing his apology for taking away the happiness of his family with the appearance of his younger brother. However, it turns out that the man is not father younger brothers, but a close friend of father who was told to pretend to be a younger brother. It turns out that father wealth is still a lot. Father just want to teach the family a lesson. If you have a lot of wealth you can't hide your tenderness, and having abundant wealth can't restore a friendship that has been built beautifully. After that the film ends. Maybe the message we can take from this film is, happiness is not only determined by how rich you are, but maybe just spending time with friends and family, for some people is true happiness.